All right, time to get started. Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you're having a good weekend. Uh, my name is Okada, and we are. I know we're a little back and forth on our stream days. Doing Saturday this week because I have plans for Sunday. Um, Plus, still kind of feeling out the weekends on when we can get more people available to watch stuff. So it doesn't hurt. It's doing double duty. But we are returning to Heat Death Survival Train long after I expected to wrap up this playthrough, largely because there was a lot more content than I realized had been added, which is an awesome reason still be going on. But yeah, I thought we were gonna, like, I knew that maybe we would wrap it up 2 streams ago, but didn't think we would. I thought maybe we'd have one more. Sure enough, we had one more, but then we broke into chapter 2, and holy cow, more stuff. And moment, it is not responding to my input. All right, game. Hey, oh. Did an update break something? Okay, so the game is running, but it is not taking my mouse or keyboard. If it is not in the foreground. Troubleshoot live. There we go. Yeah, for some reason, now it wasn't in the foreground, even though I had to click continue on it to get here. All right, you know what? Fine, that's fine. At the end of last session, we broke into chapter 2, the new area that we didn't even know existed. And behind us, we have a frozen ocean, which is super cool. And I have no idea what to expect out of it. Well, that's not true. I mostly have no idea what to expect out of it. I do have a small inkling of what we might run into. The reason I say that is because the game is still actively in development. And earlier this week, there was a closed beta branch update, which we are on the open beta, I believe. Not be seen that. But kind of trying not to read the notes too much because I want to be surprised by things. Where we don't have batteries in here. I did notice a small mention in it of enemy turrets. So we've dealt with enemy drones. Apparently, there are locations that have enemy turrets. Static, combat locations. So, is that something we're running into today? I don't know. Again, I don't know where that is. I don't know if that's there. Chapter 3, I think so. Probably somewhere here in chapter 2, right down the road from us. Could be a very short stream. But I suspect that there's a full stream worth of content. Where is the? I was looking for that right there, but last stream we built our own little weather vector thing. That's cool. All right, before we go, I checked to see if batteries need to be picked up, but I just noticed that we are low on battery. Charge 1. Our inventory. We have kind of outgrown our storage space. Those are batteries. Those are first aid kits. And these are just missing, right? Yeah. Specialty things. Or high-end components that we're just happy to find. So I think we're going to... Oh, which one is our food stock? Oh, darn it. All right, now we gotta charge that battery. But then we're gonna get out of here. Okay, so Atmos is our food stock. We're gonna stop making new seeds because we have so many of them. We need to start using so just making them. Just to get a better handle on our inventory. It'll mean we have more of the plants we use. We're turning into soup. Good. And we'll just whittle down some of those seeds. And I think we're good to go. Get out of here. Let's start the stream with just moving. Off our interior lights. Now we have to back out of this. This is our first dead end site game, which was super cool. I was hoping it was a dead end when we discovered it. Like it's. We're backing out a little slowly because we had a ramp going down across the top. So we're going to go down here, and then there will be a transfer station, switching station, and then we're going to be off into wherever that is. That doesn't look like it goes anywhere, does it? Might be another switching station over there. So one of the things that we discovered last stream from a story standpoint is that this, they call the glint, we kind of already knew that, seems to be the host of a hostile race? Hostile individuals. We don't know who is actually on there. So we don't know if it was humans that at some point vacated the planet. But we didn't build that ring. And the hostile drones and things that have come down here are coming from there. At least that is the speculation of the people who have been writing the narrative. And by that, I don't mean the developers, but I mean our journal entries, because, you know, we find exposition, and people are like, hey, more drones came down. I think they're coming from up there. So originally we had speculated that that glint, call it, was built by our people in an effort to direct, like, maybe light down here. That was another thing that we confirmed in the logs last session, was that the planet is icing over because the sun is going out. That's the reason why everything is frozen wasteland. I have tracks going off of both sides, but I don't see a transfer station. Cross? Both of them look like dead ends. Looks like there's a line that goes on straight. It looks like those two are connected. Like maybe the line doesn't even... Yeah, it goes under it. Interesting. Are we going to loop around, or are we expected to hop off the train and hoof it? Like, is there a site down there? I mean, we could make that run if we timed it with, you know, a storm in. But would we get back onto the train? It's not like there's a ladder. Our stamina's. We're looking at 1 minute to the storm, so if we're gonna hoof it, we're not gonna do it. Let's explore a little bit beyond it. Let's see what's around that bend. Oh, it's going all the way over. It's not going around that rock. So maybe it goes over and loops around and comes back? Really looks like a dead end to me. I feel like there's a ability over there. I didn't give. storm's about to come, and I want to build up some speed in case we need to shut down. So this is going to be, I think, our first storm where we have 2 wind turbines. In fact, it might be the first time we've had one with a turbine at all, because we built both of them pretty much in possession of each other, because we found blades for them. I don't know what it's going to look like, our power drain during a storm now, because before our power drain just went away because we were, generating power off of solar. Now we have those turbines, and we might be able to be more functional during. Looks like the turbines are. Oh, our rate is going down, which means the turbines. 2 turbines are starting to supply power faster than the 3 solar panels are losing their ability. Nice. We might actually generate more power during a storm than outside of it. The only problem here is that we now cannot see where we're going. So it's going to be hard to track, what is that going to loop around? We wanted to kind of see in the distance. To prepare, do we need to turn around and hoof it? Now we have no idea where we're going. I'm going to slow down a bit. We are draining power at a terrible rate. I had to turn on the. At least we know we're not passing anything to interact with, right? Because there's no mountains around us and no shadow breeze plants. To a station of some sort. I love that this game has an innate ability. Looks like you're squinting. Where's the bank after the brakes here? This is going to function as a way to get back up off the ice. I'll line our door up with it better. We can sprint across. And we have left in the. Open, let me in. Ooh. Exploration done during the. Oh, this place is not insulated. We're taking cold damage. That's new. Okay, apparently we are not. Look at our stamina just dropping like a rock. Drink a couple times. Wowzer, that almost killed us. Oh, new region, new stronger weather, apparently. Come on. Standing right in front of the heater. You can see them bottom left. There we go. Little ice, little snowflake went away. All right, well, we're gonna stay here for another minute, a couple minutes. Then we'll go explore. So, this looks like a place to get us off the ice. Now, we don't know how far away we got from that point of interest that we wanted to check out, because we couldn't see. I'm going to speculate we're too far away to be running to. I think we might need a second heater, because I just walked over here to look there, and we got the cold icon. Look at it in the bottom left. Basically hang out on this heater, rub our face on it, stay warm. So yeah, apparently these weather events are going to be way more severe out here. And the logs did imply that this is going to be a much more hostile area. I want to go over there and check the timer on it, but I'm afraid to get away from the furnace. Maybe we'll need to move. We originally tried to put it here for that reason. Lied. That's fine. Takes a moment for dissipate. All right, so we're not as far away as I thought we were. Are we meant to make that run? That's gonna wrap around. No, I don't think so. Yeah, I think that's gonna loop. I don't think we're meant to do them. Okay, well, you know, we're aware of it if that becomes... Oh man, we gained some... Those turbines work. Yay, blueprint. Now a thing that we need. Game introduced energy resistant drones. So our pew pew gun was rendered much less effective. The whole facility? Oh my goodness, look, we're getting cold. Okay. That's unfortunate. The reason I say it's unfortunate is that it might require our super mod get a personal heat. For now, say no. And that's so we discovered last stream, we found last stream our first suit core. So we have one of these. We could get a personal heater, which I assume is meant to counter all that. I really want to save up and get the anti-gravity backpack because it means we can carry more. That would be awesome. I'm not so worried about the power upgrade. Normally increases max. I mean, we have effectively infinite batteries. So what? And I'm not worried about the armor upgrade yet, because we don't get into personally into fights with it. All right, let's carry on. Where we have down here. They need to produce more isocycline. And so if you're new to the stream, our massive storage area of just obscene amounts of material. Our onboard crafter and all of our other stuff. This makes our ammo. There's intentionally no windows in there because of these glow. Don't want to ruin the atmosphere. Try out for, you know, first things that we mine for resources. Turn the way we expected it to. And then we still mine. Look, this is going the wrong way. I mean, we're on a train. We can come back. Findable reason. We're up ahead of us. Are we from the... Right, train, stop. You're coasting uphill. Yeah. Style fuel in our pockets. Oh, we coasted. That was perfect. Coasted up to the next set. I definitely did that on purpose. I also recognize that the sound of that gun is way louder than the sound currently. How much room do we have? We have. Let's that. Have. Craft some more fissile fuel. We'll have these. Those things run on their own. They don't need us. Oh. Is that a solar panel farm? We've encountered one of these before, and enough we didn't find stuff for making solar panels there. I don't think we did. Be worth getting out and interact with anything, or if we can harvest anything with our material. I doubt we can. Oh, that we're gonna be able to harvest. Holy, oh, yeah, that looks abandoned, doesn't it? Full facilities. Oh, yeah, look, it's broken. Whole place is all messed up. Can't spend much time out here. Let's get. Don't have. Rent. No interaction icon. Don't see anything that I expect to be interact with. No. Might have to make this thing go indoors. That's interesting. We stopped being cold while we were. I wonder if using that stopped the cold, or just because technically on our train, even though we weren't indoors. This cold's going to be a problem, though. I think maybe what we do is next time we get to a place where we can save, try out the core and see if it's something that can be removed. You know, like maybe we could be using it for the heater for now. About the new. By the way, this was at the last site. If we're going to survive this area, I need heavily reinforced train armor. This is something we can't build right now. In fact, we don't even have we don't even see a recipe for it that we can't use. Scale devastation here is staggering. I think it said something about things unlocked. Let's, just in case they've added. Normally it'll take a thing that says need to get further in the game to use, make it available. Last floor is available now. That might have been it. Kind of hoping to see maybe they added a new thing here for armor. Nothing new on the menu, just our repairs. Let's creep forward a little bit and see if we can. Let's see if we can dismantle this stuff. Go inside and look. Okay, this it's giving us some insulation in here. We don't have to panic too much. Here we're encumbered. I don't think I can get out of this room. I cannot get out of this room. This is why I want the backpack. Low. Jumping left. Oh, that passed over, but I'm counting on being able to get. Oh, I didn't. All right. More material, which means we take another. So, in order to stack these this high, we need some. I don't know what we're gonna do with them. Okay, yeah, there was a time in the game where we were struggling. But once you've got the structure. Now we can probably build another platform on the back, but I would just add weight. Crane, thus slowing it down. Now, you could obviously use that to house more. And now that's okay. All right, we know we have those there. We'll back for them. Drink, probably very frozen. Back our battery. Oh, or maybe not because. Yep. Let me in. Jump duck. Is not working. We're just getting cold. Suit core. Oh. So we can now make. Oh, we did have to parkour. Okay. Okay. For us. And before we die, come on, open door, please. Oh, I can't because we're on a angle. These aren't lining up. We need a we need a new storage area. We are some of it into art material because we always need. Heck, scrap. One minute. Our material like 12. I think we can get and hurry our way over there. Go. Come on, come on. Pick these up like your life depends on it. Oh, like, oh, okay. I was going in the wrong end. I don't know where we want to start a new. Goodness, what a problem to have. Definitely cannot stick it. So one thing we're not sure about is whether or not volumetric. If we our lights, that nice. Put another one just somewhere else in this cabin. Will it heat the whole cabin, or do we need to be near it? Like we. Have another heating rod. We already had one in storage. Oops. What I do not recall is do anything else using rod before we commit to making another heater. Hang on that. Really surprised if there was one in here. Here's the heat rod on the wall-mounted heater. But get our own on-spot saving of really nice. Furniture. Okay, so there's no other use for the heat. One smart material, one tech scrap. Now, I know that there's a proximity, right? Because we hear it in the old coast. The question is, if we build another one up here, would it heat the whole cabin? Let's test something. Get to that spot right there. Start to get cold. Science. Build another heater. We're going to build it somewhere that is definitely not closer to that spot. Move that later. Turn that on. Second to heat up. Back to that spot. Volumetric, then we. So it is proximity. Probably. Right, it hasn't been on very long. If it's trying to heat the whole cabin, it would take a moment. Anyway, we'll step over there in a second before the storm ends. Chance to heat up the room. We have to be careful about this test because, in case you haven't noticed, in the bottom left, that little heart icon, kind of low. As we keep doing this, it keeps lower. Adequate time for it to heat a little further out. We would have gotten cold by now, so we didn't have to move very far. No, we're not getting warm by going back here. Okay, so it's not molten. Volumetric. Local on. What we'll do is we'll move this into crafting room. Oh, I'm getting cold even though I'm standing right next to it. Have leak. was a little alarming. Further testing will need to take place. Storm is ending, and we need a kit. Next storm in 10 minutes. It used to be 15 minutes apart, and the storm hasn't. Hostile. Goodness, I see. I'm getting cold in here. I went away. Inventory. Suit mod. Okay, yeah, so we're not going to use the suit mod yet. We're saving it for being able to save and test. Because not only are we having trouble out in the world, cold now. We're having trouble just on the train. And we might just be a necessity to get the heat. I don't want to commit to the backpack. Find out that we're just gonna make ourselves murdered. We don't have line of sight on those. Expect to be able to. Running around the outside of the train because we're in this little crunch here. And make it from door to door. I'm wondering, now that we're seeing this this wrecked place, are we going to find any intact stations at all? I mean, we obviously the one right when we came out the door, sure, but everything will be wrecked before, going forward. That's the case, and we need to get our own body scanner. It also means that we need to be able to make our own. We'll do that when we're inside, because I'm concerned that. Oh, we got drones. We got drones. Back side. Back inside. Access them. Definitely have hostiles on the. That's probably an enemy. Interactable. You have to be very mindful of the fact that we are definitely in range of drones. Yet we still have some stuff to explore. Oh, we haven't read the exposition yet. Let's see here. We have 10 blueprints. What can we do? It's 2 for the body scanner. And let's go on the assumption that we're not going to find any more active. What do we need for survival? Biogen to make a suit. We're going to need a battery charger. That's 12 that we need. Cycler we don't need. gonna have. Let's see. Let's before we move the train. 12. So let's get to what we can get to before the drones can attack us. See if we can find a couple more blueprints. We're gonna say 12 is our global requirement for all things that we just need. Like probably for the rest of the game. Like you can see our energy is draining. And if we don't find active station, we're not gonna be charge them. Sparing with our flashlight, and we cannot charge our batteries. Now we've got a boatload of them in the train. Locked the excess. Oh look, we found more batteries. How can we ever need more than 2? Now we know how we could. No longer a charger. Not fine. No blueprints. Starting to hurt. Our stamina. We have 8 cans of soup. We need to be really on it for making plants. We're about to pull out. Face the bad guys. Now I'm going to leave some of the material on hand. I guess we need to do some quick. Off our power drains. Poke our head out. Back to this. Something. Visible wall. Yeah, like I cannot go past it. We do have some material up. Warnings are all over us. Oh, storm is starting. Why are we not seeing? Yeah, now. Let's test this out while that's running. Heating in here. Kind-test is out. Can we weather the storm? Crafting and whatnot. I not just... Maybe I put them away instead of picking. It's worth converting a bunch of these smart material as we use a lot of it, and it's used in repairs. Like regular material is primarily just like structure, but everything important, like our weapons and our face mod, all take smart material for repair. Engine, all that stuff. Fission reactor. Someone has shot my fabricator. I had it that long. Good, well, we're in here. Saw one that was 05. So at that below the halfway mark, it costs material. So I'd like to kind of try to get it closer to the halfway mark. Repair. That's close. Alright, I think we're going to try to make a run for the front because we can monitor farm progress. Alright, so when that's done, we need to hoof it over here. Floor that real quick line. Make a run for it. The track is going to turn to the right. Well, we can't make a run for it yet. We got to find that. The track's going to turn to the right, which is good because hopefully that means it's going to loop back around. So it's interesting if this is the hostile race. Right? So far, any kind of landing craft attributed to this is the hostile race. They're using English alphabet, human alphabet. That's like a company logo. Would imply that we are dealing with around 15. Wonder if that's variable. Our last inventory is at 10 of 30. For our used battery. I want blueprint. I just need blueprint. I mean, if we need to make this train go fast, we can make it go fast. There's an engine component we have ready. These are not organized. Just for the record, it's just the miscellaneous advanced things. So if we need to build something advanced, I just go to the test. We could make 2 more. I'd like to make another 3 dense material. That's trivial. Circuit boards, we have a couple there, a mechanical part. So we could, right now, make another train. Certainly have the material to make coverings for it. Value it. Because with more engine, more power consumption, we would have to also increase our solar panels. We cannot make more turbine. Windmills, because they require blades. Cannot make blades right now. They are makeable. We haven't unlocked it. We made those turbines off of pound. Is the cold going to go away because I'm on the train? That's weird. Oh, right, I forgot. I don't even need to go out there. I can cover this last time too. Oh, good grief. That this not only can mine metal, mine anything. Which means we don't have to go out and cold. Radiating. So we certainly have the material necessary to build a whole new train. Material's fine to keep on us. Shadow breeze will go upstairs. Don't want to be running around the train doing things while it's moving because bad guys in the area. Space. Okay. Time to find the hostiles. It is nice having a robust power generation now. Oh, 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 oh! Turrets! Wasting ammo. Do this. I wanna destroy those and I wanna loot them. I wanna see if there's a option for, can we get in this? Probably not. I don't know how resistant it is to energy weapons, but I'd much rather use my energy weapons. Oh, no, stop. Brakes. Didn't exactly want to be a slow moving target there. I feel like we could have hit those from inside here. We'd known those were turrets. Or at least the first one. One material out of that gigantic thing. I got an energy drink out of that. That's a weird thing to have inside a turret. I mean, unless it was manned, right? What all did you on that side of the train? Smart material and one for our batteries. I think that was previous. There was a lot of shots fired. Took general damage along the side. That aiming at us. Okay, nothing significant. We are going through stamina at an alarming rate. Because everything's so cold all the time. I don't breathe. I don't see an access point trying to climb. Train, stop moving. Aren't exactly easy to hit. Train? Dang it, train. You know I'm not gonna leave this one behind, right? Went over a hill, no wonder it's still. I would really like to have this on the front of the train. You were lined up with the things that were grabbing. Where did it go? Where? Oh, come on. We know there was a third shadow breeze here. It definitely didn't. There it is. Oh, come on, train. Don't do me like this. If it weren't for the interface, awkward on it. Like if I could control it from the weapons platform, that'd be awesome. But with it hanging down, we just hit our head on it. We can't have it up here. Back of the train is the only place that makes. When I saw the name. Come on. Right. No, we're going cold, but it's a matter of principle. But we still have more warnings. Guessing there's going to be more turrets. What we should do. Takes waste. Oh. Don't have a lot of waste. Better than none. Love that little hatch. I really think we're going to have to do we're going to have to use our suit core on the heater. We're looking for that. Not just pick up all. We need to get through this area successfully and determine, is there going to be any more surviving stations where we can do like manufacturing of soup and stuff. Because if there isn't, we have to use our blueprints on a biogen. We are just so surrounded by warnings everywhere. A flash. Hey, we had 5 minutes before the storm. Just look at that. The reason I stopped the engine was because usually if I see a flash like that, that's something, a drone shooting at us. From ends in 5. Oh, okay. I didn't read that. Let's slow down our roll, as we know we're in a hostile area. Limited visibility. Come on, heater, do your job. I'm hearing sound and I don't know what it is. Ah. Whoa. What? Well, ladies and gentlemen, we might in fact be at the end of the existing content. And I think we're also being shot at. Now, we're not wrapping up yet. Because there are things to go back and look. But there is no switch station that we've been. Is the only way forward. There is track that we saw and it didn't drive back around to. So, I think the plan is going to be to get ourselves a body scanner we can save. Actually, no. I have a better idea. We're gonna go full tilt backwards. First, I want to grab loots. We'll go back. There was one station when we first got in here. It's actually not that far away. And save there. Then we can experiment with the suit mod. And go and hoof it on foot that other track. Because there is a access point up and down from the ice. By the way, Charmer, are you... I don't know if you're in the viewership today. I know that you have other engagements. Wanted to point out to you that the stream's not going to run as late as we thought it was. So we have been off camera playing Project Zomboid lately because update 42 finally came out after 15 years of development. If you're interested in content and stuff. Trying to squeeze in a little bit of time to play that one week. I think that maybe that's something. He's free and I'm free. I mean, we always said that this stream could end at any given time. We didn't know how much content was left. But I think we've probably got at least another half an hour, if not more, of testing and trying things. We're definitely not ending it. Way. Yep, still. Yep. We're not going to run out on the ice. We do have the ability to collect some drone parts. Cartridge out of that, really? Better to run out there and pick these up, but it's pulled out. Picked up the solitaire. We have such good power generation. Afford to do it. Seriously? But however, very much like to get this Missile stuff out of my inventory. Don't like being radiated. That's full. Okay, there's some room. I found 3 cartridges on that. All right. Let's turn off the engine. There are undoubtedly more parts scattered about because we were on the move about the first couple of them. I'm a little concerned that we're still seeing danger notifications. We're at what appears to be the end of the content. Behind us. Ah. The parts that didn't fall to the ground. Showed you guys. That's interesting. Got about a bunch of out of range messages. It's just because I'm off. Now this should be smooth sailing all the way. Not gonna stop for those. I know that's contrary to my rule. But we're gonna be passing back whenever we play through. I'm assuming that we don't do a fresh start. Probably won't. We'll be passing by that anyway. So our plan here, we'll come back to it, but right there is the way down to the ice. Get down and hoof it all the way over to the... We didn't find a way to get onto that track. Here's the wrap around, but does not meet up with where we were at just now. So that was going to go and turn. It was going to go that way, but it didn't. It turned left and went up there. Potentially get to it on foot and have our way back to the train being fast or fast. That doesn't matter. First, we're going to get back to where we save without spinning our blueprint. Train is a little slower going backwards than we are at full as it goes. Oh, we are out of power. Far away from where we're going, but not enough to make it on. Let's see. Off from in 9 minutes, we're not going to get the benefit of the turbines. A little little bit of juice there. I mean, we need the waste anyway. We're making icicle ammo. So that fission generator is getting 200 per minute, so we're at a deficit of 40 per minute without it. I'm gonna keep it at the speed it's going right now. Thought that we had more distance that we could make it, but when we were parked, I hadn't turned off the engines. We weren't regenerating fast enough. And I used a lot of energy on that section. Farther down, like those up there, part of our destination. We have to go through a track switch. Yeah, okay, right. So we go up, we'll go down, track switch, back up. That is definitely our destination. With our fission gen. While we're coasting. Basically. Dangerously low on the. A little bit more juice. It's kind of funny though, because we be like, all right, let's just get to a station and we can charge in the station. But our power generation out in the sunlight outside of the station is actually greater than being in a station. So being in a station actually slows down our power generation. Any new brakes on this thing? Not here. Might not be region 1. I like this one. That's center. Roof over it. At this angle, you can. That's so cool. Imagine it's like if you were here, you wouldn't be blinded by that sunlight, but yet on a low sun, it runs the full. Oh, that's a cool design. That's a great idea. That's very creative. Backable tracks. Go up there, we'll save, and we're going to test out how the suit core mods work. Whether or not they can be taken back out. Regardless of whether or not they can, have to use the heat. We're going to make that run across that ice. But I would like to experiment with that and actually save and restart. Because if they can be extracted, great. Or even as part of a save if we're saving it. If not, then we can support the save. We'll have them together. Oh, ran out of power. We did. All right, we're going to coast into. Oh. Batteries. Not used for tech scrap. And let's make a bunch of we're one shy of being able. At a time, that's 5. Battery. They not have. There they are. Here, guys. A shadow breeze, I think, is 0.25. The 4 of them is 1 kilogram. What's the weight of soda? 0.5. So we're gaining point. So if we're done, do the next shadow breeze. We're at 2.7, so we should be at 2.2 once we pick up next energy drink. Don't pick things up because that's going to throw off the tank. Yep. Okay. That means the shadow breeze aren't 1 kilogram apiece. That was a total of 1 kilogram. I did throw off our numbers on the though, because I had an odd number of canned soups. I knew we had an odd number of shadow breeze. We're not going anywhere fast anyway. Moral of the story is that it is more space-ific, the shadow breeze, to convert them than it is the shadow breeze form. I assume that's the same for the soup game I played. The name of it. I hesitate to call it factory, but it's a factory game. You were you dropped on a planet. It's a side scroller, like scroller, but it's a 2D side platform, like Terraria. The game's not like Terraria, just from a visual standpoint. You'd run around the planet looking for ingredients, build to make soup. Plants, animals, whatever. And you would build machines, produce the soup. And it took everything, all soups took 2 ingredients. Not all soups were good. But any 2 ingredients, including 2 of the same ingredient, would make a soup. And then you had rockets that would send them to the market. And there was an AI opponent. That was supposed to be your corporate company. You could set up all kinds of automation, different degrees of automation, and belts to carry stuff from different places. Drones that are like bots. I wouldn't quite call them drones. Ground-based bots to either patrol to defend against hostile drones from the enemy corp, or to pick up loose materials and carry them within a range, throw them onto belts and stuff like that. And it was very interesting. The only problem I have with the game, content-wise, it was very fun. Functionally, the problem was that it was a controller port. So, it didn't translate well to keep. For the most part, that wasn't an issue, except for swimming. The forward key wasn't no longer like swim. It wasn't swim forward. Or it wouldn't swim up. The key that you would use for jump or climb ladders was not the same as go up when swimming. I think you had to like press a button to paddle. They translated horribly, and so any interaction with water was just the worst ever game, and it was very unpleasant. I just always avoided water as much as the game was cool. A lot of fun. Fun, you would set up sections underground that would have rows of machines that make soup. Set the recipe on it. Might take 2 alien corn, or 1 alien corn and an alien meat. And then you'd have bots that would run back and forth. You'd make tunnels and shafts, and you'd have bots that would go back and forth picking things up, and if they get to the shaft, they would just throw them up, and it'd be like an updraft. The next bots up there would pick them up and do that back and forth, and they'd see them, and you'd eventually get them going all the way up to the top, and the bots towards the top would pick them up and come across the machine that could throw it into the machine, and then eventually it would spit out a gigantic, like human-sized can of soup. And then have them go and take them to the rockets, and then the rockets would fire them off and make money off of it. It's really fun. All right, so we're going to save. We're going to test here. Now, for those who have joined since we ran into the dead end, we have run to the end of the content. And we're doing an experiment here where we're saving. We're going to try our first suit core. And here's, can we unmount this? So, unlock it. Build it? That would imply that we are not going to get that suit back. We're just warmer now. That was what we were concerned about, is that we can't get the suit cores back. We want to use that for the backpack, not. But for the purposes of this, because we don't plan to save it after this. It's required. This is how cold the area is that we're going to. So we have a bunch of soup. We're going to be running across the ice. More than we should have. We're going to race over to staircase. We're going to wait out the next storm. We got 7 minutes to get there. That's good. Brakes. I'm gonna regret that because I'm gonna have to chase it down. And then we're gonna run across the ice. Hey, it's the best train I've ever built. Should put a giant red V on it. Or I could write like and subscribe across the side of it with stickers. My favorite shameless employee that I've seen. I haven't seen it in a long time. For the remindings to subscribe was Minecrafters would rename their tools. Right? Because if you're watching their video, when they switch, when you cycle to a tool, it briefly shows the name of the tool. Oh! That looked like a ladder. That looked like a ladder on the side of the ice of the thing. Now, I think that is... There's another one right there. I think they're all cool. We're going to look. We might not have to go all the way to that staircase. We're going to try to run to that. Maybe I'll get back up. That is a ladder. Okay. So that's where we're going. We're gonna wait out the storm. Oh my goodness, I got a new icon. That looks like the heater. Oh, so it's letting me know that the heater is using power. Okay. So let's take extra batteries with us. We're gonna look for a closer, now that we know that we have ladders, we're gonna look for a closer ladder. Or maybe if we see a ladder on this. Because we don't necessarily need a ladder to get back up to this. If, once we get there, we can run across that and jump down to the train. So I want to... It's all experimental, right? It's a one-way trip as far as we're concerned. We've saved back there. We're at the end of the content. We've already hit the under construction wall. No, there's nothing else for us to see while we're with the train. There might be more that we can see down here. Those are in the middle of nowhere. I don't think they expect you to be running up there and barring. I think it makes more sense. Park here. Here's the dilemma. Get back to our train. Can't get back on that to run that way. Jump down. Okay. We have 2 minutes to the storm. We cannot survive out there while it's storming. And whatever we do now is we're not saving, so you know what? That's fine. Let's lock these 2 things while we're hanging out waiting for the storm to get by. Oh, a new thing that uses a heating rod, circuit board, our material. Should have all of the above. Rods. Grab some smart. Doesn't matter where we plop these down because us doing a thing, not saving. Like you would want them to be here. We're not gonna, we don't care. And I will. We're gonna make some more of these while we're here. Also, to quickly build battery charge, electronic component and regular component. I'll have to go to the next one. Was it with circuit board? Memory of goldfish. Alright. And we have our yeah, see look, our backpack is kicking. What do I need? Scrap. That's an electronic component. So we need to make another electronic component because we don't want to use up the one we have. So 3 tech scrap. Grab. I love having a fabricator on our train. Feels like a luxury. I mean, we don't typically really need it. I mean, now we do, given that like this biome has no working station. What? Didn't we make we made an extra circuit board, didn't we? Did I forget to take it off of the... Why are you all the way up there? All right. Going on power. We're still netting power. Excellent. That's what the power turned on. So when the storm passes, we're gonna hoof it to that island right there. We're gonna assume we can get up on the island, because if we can't, we're in deep trouble. Because there's no ladders anywhere near here. But again, we have nothing to lose, right? Saved it up on the mountain. And there might not be anything there for us. The rail might just keep going some, past that point. But our train definitely cannot get up there. Oh, I'm curious. Could we build a train up there? Oh, wouldn't that be a clever puzzle? Oh, that would be a... Oh. What's it take to make a new platform? 3 dents, right? Let's... I don't think we can do this. But you know what? We're in experimentation mode. Make dense material for days. There's no problem with getting these materials together. I'm pretty sure that this has to be attached to an existing train. I will be genuinely surprised if we make a new train. But for science, make 2 circuit boards, right? That was a bunch of text scrap. Or how many? Your board's not electronic, or yeah, not electronic component. Electronic components to make 2 circuit boards. On the components or something like that, which we have in storage. Okay. All we need is just mechanical part. That's fine. What do we need to do with our inventory? Oh, we wanted to... Art. Don't have. We're on the clock. We gotta get moving. I'm not worried about inventory as long as we can run. Because we're not bringing anything back with us, right? Energy stuff. Batteries for power. Because our backpack, our heater is going to be running. Okay. We're over. By much. Energy drink. Not pick that up. It's just going to make things worse for us. Put away a material. We're at 0.1 over. What? What is... It's the blueprint. Okay. We're just going to have to go with that. That's going to hurt. Oh, we don't need the tech scrap, right? Okay, we can get rid of tech scrap. Here. Oh, that's gonna be... Went to the stairs. I think it's roughly the same distance. This means we won't run across and down. Run back to the stairs. Then we can run from the stairs over to... It'll be so awesome if we... I mean, so... Okay. Caveat, right? If we can actually build a new train, we don't have the materials on us to build an engine. Or a controller for it. But it's an experiment, right? Once we're on the new track that currently is not attached to this track, that track is in no way attached to this track that we're on. Maybe in the future it is, right? Because that line goes all the way across. But right now in the game, they are not attached. I don't remember the staircase. Oh no, I think the staircase is on the other side of the rock. That's why it looks like it's further away. We just can't see it. Take that hard left. Originally we thought that this... Oh no, it's right there. Are we on time? I don't think that's enough time, but I think we're just, you know, interested in the stream. And we've saved it. We're not... This isn't a keeper. Up. Up. Those brakes used to work a lot better for us when we weren't so heavy. Bad idea. Bad idea, chat. Hey there, Alan. We should wait the next, like, 12 minutes or so to get... past the storm, because we can probably get to where we're going. We definitely can't get back. But, you know, we've saved it. Meant to be a one-way experiment. Good to see you, Alan. Glad you can join. Fortunately, we're kind of towards the end of our stream. We're in the science phase of the stream because we've already run to the end of the content. Discovered where the track ends, apparently, with the big blue under construction wall, just beyond where we just stopped. Okay, this is a lot further than it looked. Batteries. Suit heater is not, so it's keeping it. We'd be dead by now if we didn't have the suit heater. But the stats are still going down, which means it's not fully countering the... Things are going pretty good there, Alan. How are things with you? Alan, when I got your attention, have you had the opportunity to play some Cure with the new custodians? I have. It is so good. I am looking forward to doing another community stream in Cure. So I will probably wait until the next date Cure comes out. But I'll take this. There's something I haven't told you guys. And it's not relevant. Not here. I'm considered a helper over at the for Discord. Higher tier access. And I happen to be privy to some non-public information related to Cure. I'm not going to betray that trust, detailing what I know, but I will say that the next update is going to be awesome. It's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot. Well, man, we are not getting closer to this. We're not getting back home. Yeah, the custodian update was. Oh, we're in the. There's a wall here. Visible wall. Oh, we can't get to where we're going. Man, we are just going through the batteries fast. But the next update that is not yet available even to the closed beta clinical testers. Seen the notes to on. I don't know when it's going to become available even to the closed beta, because mechanically they're still working out some challenges. But it's going to be good, and I'm going to really, I'm definitely going to want, I'm going to showcase that update on stream, big time. So keep an eye out for that, and we will be trying to schedule a cure stream next update comes out. While we are streaming here on Saturday, our community cooperative streams are on Sundays. I cannot keep these batteries. So this is it. Right? We can't get to that. We are in an invisible wall there, and we are not meant to get there. I'm pushing against the wall. I'm running diagonally, but I'm going forward because there is a wall right here. Try to get to the tracks. Oh, another wall. Can't even get to the tracks. I'm pushing forward. I'm not pushing to that side. I'm sliding against the invisible wall. And I even get to the tracks before we die. We got one battery left. I don't even see a ladder. I don't know if it would render from here, but I don't think there's a ladder up onto it. So this is definitely content that is not meant to be accessed yet. And that's fine. Like I said, I never thought that there was actually intended for us to run. There's clearly a lot of track there, and we see it way off in the distance. So they probably have plans for that already, but they haven't connected it yet. Now there is another content update for this closed beta, so that connection might happen any day. This is the open beta. Here comes the storm. The acceleration of death. Kill. Soup. And we are out of soup power entirely. Which means our death is going to accelerate even more because our heater can't run. I don't think I've ever seen our screen this covered in ice. Well, I mean, we made it to the bridge. And on this side of the bridge, I'm actually... No, okay, there we go. There's the wall again. Longer death as long as we can. Take shelter right here. Nope, doesn't count as shelter. Last med kit. And that's gonna be the end of us right there. All right. He's not dying while we're... Again. Yeah, so this game is notorious for death loops, by the way. So anyway, that's it though. Sorry for being quiet lately. Alan, what do you mean you've been quiet about? You're all good, buddy. Glad you were able to stop by the stream. We're gonna wrap it here. As we are at the end of all existing content. We did our little for science experiment there. There we go. For those who joined late, I'm just charging towards the wall. I'm not sure what we'll be doing next weekend. Since we did find the end of this content, it will probably not be this. I know that they do have, like I said, they do have another content patch on the way. It's in closed beta, but I don't know how long it'll be before that goes to open beta, and also I doubt it'll be a full stream worth of content. Maybe maybe I'll do a video on it, or like I did with this one, which is it was a year and a half since the last time we did a playthrough on this. Last time it was the dome, so they added a bunch of content past the dome. They started chapter 2, and we've gotten a better feel for kind of the story and direction they're going with it. So it's been pretty cool. We might, I don't want to say I want to wait another year and a half, but we get busy doing other projects, so we might shelf this for a little bit, even after this next update comes in. I'm glad to see that they are still actively developing that. Pretty cool the direction it's going, and I'm really interested in where the storyline goes. But next weekend will be something else. Maybe some of the community, we'll see. In the near future, we'll put together another Cure community event, but probably not until they have their update come out. That red light. Oh, that was part of the ship here. Passing by. More drones. That's all right. I'm not gonna bother fighting them. We're just whittling along. Well, oh, it even respawned its turrets. Well, that's lovely. That's good to know that it generates. But I think it's gonna be it. Thank you everyone for coming out. Shorter than usual stream, but hey, that just means you get your weekend, more of your weekend back. Thanks for coming out on a Saturday. I did get more people out today than we've been getting on a Sunday, so that's a data point. We'll keep considering maybe when I do solo content, we'll do those on Saturdays. The reason we've been doing content lately on Sundays is because of the availability of our community to join in on things like Cure and Roadcraft and Jump Space and all the other things that we do as a community. If you are interested in doing community gaming with us, live on stream or even off camera as well, there's the wall. Consider joining the community Discord. The link is in the description below. Got it. We have a Patreon. If you feel like buying me a Pepsi, check the, why is that there? Stop by the Patreon and maybe help out a little bit of starving artist. Maybe at some point I'll be able to afford a decent microphone. But glad to see people come out. We haven't been doing a lot of curated content lately, because again, I'm poor and I can't afford a new hard drive and I'm out of space. I just don't have the hard drive space to be making curated content because of it's like 40 gigs per Satisfactory episode, for example, and that takes a lot of space. Hard drives are expensive, so just keep all that in mind. Check with us next weekend. Outroed enough. Thanks again for coming out. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Looking forward to seeing you next project that we resume or start on next weekend. Oh, leave a like on the way out. If you enjoyed this, you may want to check out one of these other videos, and thank you very much for your time.